You don't struggle with consistency. It's just that your version of consistency is based on perfection. What's going on, legend? Angus Beef here. Thanks for just stopping by to click on this video, most appreciated. And today I'm going to talk about consistency, right? You hear it slaughtered in terms of just being preached left, right, and center all the time. Someone's talking about, be consistent, bro, be consistent with this, be consistent, be consistent, be consistent. So in a nutshell, consistency means adherence to basically doing the work required to achieve said outcome, not the consistency of, you know, your fucking protein shake, right? That's the different sort of consistency. And what I often find is that for a lot of people who are Gen Pop, so not people that are competing or anything like that, so Gen Pop referring to basically general population, so your average Joe.
Always knew you were weak. Air Goodman coming at ya.
Your average Jane, someone like yourself probably watching, right? So it's like, for the average person who's trying to go after their goals, they for some reason set this subconscious pressure on themselves that they need to be 100% perfect, and that if they make any sort of fuck up or any sort of mistake, that it's just like, nah, fuck this, it's not worth it, and they go into off the wagon YOLO mode, right? Which is fucked. Like, this is just so dumb. Because the thing is, fam, is like, you don't need to be 100% on point all of the time, every day of the year, to be able to achieve your health and physique goals, right? Like, fair enough, if you're leaning down for a comp or for a photo shoot and you're 4 weeks out, well then, yeah, like, you need to pretty much dial in on everything. And if you, you know, aren't on point with your biomarkers and your adherence and the things that you should be doing, well then you'll negate your progress and potentially not bring your best package to stage or to the photo shoot, right? But for someone who's just trying to improve their lifestyle and to look and feel awesome and, you know, improve biomarkers and just love how they look and feel, it is absolutely not essential to be perfect 100% of the time. So if I were you, and if you think that you need to have this sort of approach, well, yeah, pay attention, because I'm going to teach you what you should be doing instead. So look at it this way, fam. Let's say, for example, there is 365 days in a year, right? So let's do some maths. So for you to be able to achieve your goals, let's say, like, realistically, you probably need to be on point 80% of the time, right? So if we do 0.8 times by 365, right, that equals 292 days of you being pretty much on point and smashing your targets, right? Which means that you have 365, take away 292. That means you've got 73 days, right? So pretty much, yeah, like, if that could mean, say for example, 1 day every week where you let your hair down, you're not entirely adherent, or 2 days, some weeks here and there. Like, do you see where I'm going with this, right? In other words, the idea is that your approach should be built around having as much, well, moderation and flexibility as possible. So this is why when it comes to when I'm working with my clients, our goal is to find basically the sweet spot that is consistency with doing the work within the freedom within structure. So the structure is decided based on, well, what level of the entire game they're at, because people are at different levels of the game when it comes to working with me. Sometimes I've got people that are applying to work with me that have come out of a comp recently, and they you know, have ass fucked themselves with just going too hard with their comp prep, and they've come out of that comp and they're looking for help to transition back to normality and keep improving. Or maybe they've been yo-yo dieting for fucking years and they've got no concept of maintenance eating, let alone muscle building, you know, experience or anything like that. Or maybe it's someone who, you know, has been experienced with lifting but is new to the game of tracking calories and macros and stuff like that. Like, everyone seems to be in different points of the game, so therefore it's like it's my role as a sports nutritionist to find what's going to be the best tool to be able to equip them with. Right? But even then, in saying that, when I'm working with the person, I make it clear right from the start, don't try to impress them with being perfect. So it's like the targets that I set for people are basically what I know is going to be manageable within what's realistic based on what's going on in their life. So if you're, say for example, an average Joe, an average Jane who works a full-time job, has quite a lot of stress from that, lifts like, you know, often at the gym, so 3 to 5 times, this is where, say for example, your targets might just be, say for example, hitting a certain amount of calories, maybe a certain amount of protein, maybe a certain amount of fiber, and then that's it. Like, there's no need to stress about what time of your meals what time it is that you're eating your meals, stressing out about, oh shit, like it's 2 hours and I haven't eaten yet, or how big or how small some are, like, you see what I mean? Whereas maybe if, say for example, you're someone that doesn't even know how to track whatsoever and your only experience is in just doing rigid diets and stuff like that, well then my targets that I might set for you might just be, hey, I want you to eat 3 times during the day. Let's get you trying to get in some sort of protein and plants with each meal, and I want you to drink 2 liters of water. See what I mean? So it's like the whole idea should be that you are setting targets of emphasis and action within what's like realistic for you. Don't basically fall into the trap that is feeling like you need to be 100% perfect with stuff that may not be entirely relevant to you, or comparing yourself to what an athlete or what someone else is doing that may be their chapter 10 and you're over here at chapter 2. You see what I mean? Because I used to be someone that like had fallen into that trap often, and as a result, like, it doesn't feel good. Because let's be honest, like, if you're, say for example, experiencing that scenario where you're grinding hard for, you know, a few days or a few weeks or even just a week, and then it's like, cool, like, you know, something triggered you or whatever and caused you to do a mistake, and then you flip the table and enter fuck this shit mode, like, the more often that happens, like, it's just not creating a good relationship with you going after your goals. It doesn't do good to your headspace. It doesn't do good to your physiology. Like, it's just going to set you up for stop and start patterns on going into the future, fam. So do me a favor if you found this valuable. You know, drop it some love. If you have any questions around this, or if you can relate to it and need any help, let us know in the comments below. I'd love to keep the conversation going to you. And yeah, big love and thanks for watching. See you later.